All right, everyone, welcome back to Judiciary. We are going to resume with our work session. And again, we are going to take things slightly out of order. So with that, the first item to be work sessioned, Ms. Thornton, will you walk us through Senate Bill 153? Senate Bill, that's the one we heard this morning. Yeah.
Sorry, thanks.
Yes, Senate Bill 153 is from this morning. It was Senator Scheibel's.
Okay, we're all set.
We passed out the Senator Harris's. yes.
351.
Yeah,
Transposing numbers.
none of us keep track of the numbers, so.
Senate Bill 153 makes various changes to corrections sponsored by Senator Scheibel and heard in this committee today. And there are no amendments for this measure. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Members, any questions on Senate Bill 153? Not seeing any, I will entertain a moment to do pass Senate Bill 153. I have a motion by Vice Chair Marzola and a second by Assemblywoman Newby. Members, any comments on the motion? Okay, not seeing anyone? Any? I will take a vote. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? Nay. Okay, I see a nay from Assemblywoman Hanson, Assemblywoman Gallant, Assemblyman Urick, Assemblyman Gray, and Assemblywoman Hardy. And with that, the motion passes, and I will assign the floor statement to Assemblywoman Mosca.
Thank you, Chair.
You're welcome, thank you. Ms. Thornton, will you walk us through Senate Bill 211?
Senate Bill 211 revises provisions relating to marriage, sponsored by Senators Harris, Wynn, and Flores, and heard in committee on May 15th. There is one proposed amendment to the measure. Senator Harris proposed an amendment which does the following. It amends Section 1.3 by clarifying the county clerk of the county where the original marriage license was issued is required to issue an amended certificate of marriage under certain circumstances, and it amends Section 1.9 to provide that the county clerk must file the amended certificate of marriage in the office of the county clerk within 10 days after its issuance, or if a Board of County Commissioner has not adopted such an ordinance, requires the party to whom the amended certificate of marriage is issued to file the amended certificate with the county recorder of the county where the original certificate of marriage was recorded within 10 days after its issuance. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you so much. Members, are there any questions on Senate Bill 211? Not seeing any, I will entertain a motion.
Motion.
I have a motion by Vice Chair Marzola. Do I have a second? I have a second from Assemblywoman Hanson. Okay, so with that, members, all those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? Okay, and the motion passes unanimously. And I will assign Senate Bill, the floor statement, Senate Bill, I'm sorry, I'm losing my stuff here. Oh, there we go, it's under my hand. Senate Bill 223 to, thank you, Senate Bill 211 to Assemblywoman Bilbray Axelrod. You're welcome. Ms. Thornton, walk us through Senate Bill 223, please.
Thank you, Chair. Senate Bill 223 revises provisions relating to real property, sponsored by Senator Harris and heard in committee on May 11th, and there are no amendments to this measure.
Thank you. Members, any questions on Senate Bill 223? Not seeing any, I will entertain a motion.
Motion.
I have a motion from Assemblywoman Considine. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second by Vice Chair Marzola. Members, any comments on the motion? Not seeing any. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? Okay, and the motion carries unanimously. I will assign that floor statement to Assemblywoman Hardy. You're welcome. Ms. Thornton, will you walk us through Senate Bill 235?
Senate Bill 235 revises provisions relating to pretrial release, sponsored by the Senate Committee on Judiciary on behalf of the Joint Interim Standing Committee on Judiciary and heard in committee on May 19th. There's one proposed amendment. John Puro from the Clark County Public Defender's Office proposed providing that any party including, but not limited to the defendant, defense counsel, prosecuting attorney, and judge may appear at any hearing by remote communication. provides that pursuant to any interlocal agreement, a justice of the peace and a municipal court judge may conduct a pretrial release hearing on municipal court cases. Provides that a district attorney or any attorney serving under a district attorney as a prosecutor may, with the permission of the district attorney who employs the attorney, be deputized in another jurisdiction for the purpose of conducting pretrial release hearings, and provides that any public defender and his or her deputies or assistants may, by agreement between the public defender who employs the attorney and the public defender of the jurisdiction of the defendant, represent a defendant in a pre-trial release hearing in any jurisdiction. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Members, are there any questions? Assemblywoman Hanson?
Thank you, Chair. Not a question, but just a comment and a thank you to the sponsor of the bill for fixing this much-needed issue that especially the rural districts have found kind of onerous. So appreciate the work.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else? Okay, with that, I will go ahead and entertain a motion. I have a motion to amend and do pass Assembly Bill 235. Is there a second? I have a motion by Vice Chair Marzola. Second. I'll take a second from Assemblywoman Cohen. All those, I'm sorry, is there any comments on the motion? Not seeing anyone, All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? And the motion carries unanimously. I will go ahead and assign that floor statement to Assemblywoman Cohen. You're welcome. Ms. Thornton, will you walk us through Senate Bill 316?
Senate Bill 316 makes various changes relating to criminal law, sponsored by Senators Scheibel and Spearman, and heard in committee on May 11th, and there are no amendments to the measure. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Ms. Thornton. Members, any questions on Senate Bill 316? Not seeing any, I will entertain a motion. I have a motion by Vice Chair Marzola for a due pass of 316. Is there a second? I have a second by Assemblywoman Newby. Any comments on the motion? Not seeing any. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? And the motion passes unanimously. I will sign that floor statement to Assemblywoman Marzola. Ms. Thornton, will you walk us through Senate Bill 322?
Senate Bill 322 revises provisions relating to reckless driving, sponsored by Senator Stone, and heard in committee on May 9th. There's one proposed amendment. Assemblyman Urick and Senator Stone propose adding Assemblywoman Hanson and Hardy as co-sponsors to the bill. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Members, any questions on Senate Bill 322? Not seeing any? I'm sorry? Okay, do you have a question on 322? Go ahead.
I thought I asked to be a co-sponsor too, but just putting that out there. Question?
Assemblyman Urick?
Chair, I don't know the procedure on this, but I would be absolutely happy as a co-sponsor of this bill to have the Assemblywoman added as a sponsor as well.
Okay.
That's fine.
And so that's swept up in this one? Okay. All right, any other questions? Not seeing any, I'll entertain a motion to amend and do pass Senate Bill 322. I have a motion by Vice Chair Marzola. Is there a second? Second from Assemblywoman Mosca. Any comments on the motion? Assemblyman Urick.
Thank you, Chair. Again, no question, but just a comment. I just wanted to go on record and say that truly as a freshman Assemblyman, this bill was my privilege to work together with this family to pass this piece of legislation. And to the family who I know is watching right now, you did it for Rex.
Thank you. With that, we'll go ahead and take a vote. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? And the motion passes unanimously. Assemblyman Urick, that's your floor statement. Ms. Thornton, walk us through Senate Bill 335, please.
Senate Bill 335 revises provisions regarding real property, sponsored by Senator Orenshaw and heard in committee on May 18th. There are two proposed amendments to the measure. First, Mindy Elliott on behalf of the Rural Housing Authority and the Reno Housing Authority and Southern Nevada Regional Housing Authority proposed providing that rental assistance does not include federal income-based rental assistance. And secondly, Jonathan Norman proposed an amendment which creates an extension of time for tenants to pay or quit, a stay of proceedings, and non-payment of rent cases under very limited circumstances, and also authorizes justice courts to create an eviction diversion program. Thank you.
Thank you. Members, any questions on the bill? Not seeing any, I will entertain a motion to amend and do pass Senate Bill 335. I have a motion from Vice Chair Marzola and a second from Assemblywoman Summers Armstrong. Members, are there any comments on the motion? I will first start with Assemblyman Gray.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'll be voting yes to get this out of committee, but I'm going to reserve my right to change that vote.
Okay, thank you. Assemblywoman Newby?
Thank you, Madam Chairwoman. I can't believe I'm saying this, but like Mr. Gray, I am going to vote it out of the committee. And I do have a lot of concerns, which I've shared with Mr. Norman, but I know that work is ongoing, so I reserve my right on the floor, as always.
Thank you. Assemblywoman Gallant?
I'm just going to concur with my two other colleagues down there as well. Thank you.
Thanks. Okay, and with that, all those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? Nay. Okay, and so we have a nay from Assemblywoman Hanson, Assemblyman Urick, and Assemblywoman Hardy. With that, the motion passes, and I will assign the floor statement to Assemblywoman Summers Armstrong. Thank you. Thank you, members. Our next on the list, Ms. Thornton, will you walk us through Senate Bill 362?
Senate Bill 362 revises provisions relating to public safety, sponsored by Senator Neal and Flores, and heard in committee on May 2nd. There is one proposed amendment for the measure. Senator Neal proposed an amendment which would provide that a person may request a disease to be added for eligibility to have the symbol indicating a medical condition imprinted on his or her driver's license or identification card. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you so much. Members, any questions on the Senate bill? Not seeing any, I will entertain a motion to amend and do pass. I have a motion from Vice Chair Marzola. Do I have a second? Second from Assemblywoman Considine. Members, are there any comments on the motion? Assemblywoman Newby.
Thank you, Madam Chairwoman. I really appreciate the intent of this bill, but I just have still very large concerns with the implementation. So I will be a no today.
Okay. Any other comments? Not seeing any? All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? Okay, and we have a nay from Assemblywoman LaRue Hatch and a nay from Assemblywoman Newby. Okay. With that, the motion carries, and I will go ahead and assign that floor statement to Assemblywoman Mosca. Thank you, Chair. You're welcome. Ms. Thornton, we will take Senate Bill 368 next.
Senate Bill 368 revises provisions relating to real property, sponsored by Senator Harris. There is one proposed amendment for this measure. Senator Harris proposed adding Assemblywoman Bilberry Axelrod and Hanson as co-sponsors to the bill. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Members, any questions about Senate Bill 368? Not seeing any, I will entertain a motion. I have a motion from Vice Chair Marzola. Is there a second? Second by Assemblywoman Bilberry Axelrod. Any comments on the motion? Not seeing any, I will go ahead and take a vote. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? And the motion passes unanimously. I will go ahead and assign that floor statement to Assemblywoman Bilberry Axelrod. You're welcome. Ms. Thornton, Senate Bill 382.
Senate Bill 382 revises provisions relating to juveniles, sponsored by the Senate Committee on Judiciary and heard in committee on May 4th. And there are no amendments to this measure. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Members, any questions on the bill? Not seeing any, I will entertain a motion for a do pass. I have a motion from Vice Chair Marzola and a second from Assemblyman Ordlicker. Any comments on the motion? Okay, with that, all those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? All right, the motion passes unanimously, and I will assign that floor statement to Assemblyman Ordlicker. Thank you. You're welcome. Okay, with that, we're actually going to roll the other bills and wait until we will be coming back in for another meeting today. At this point, it will be a number of hours because, as you know, everyone's kind of stacked up in a domino effect right now. And members and meetings are happening all throughout the day. So we are going back into recess. We will be meeting again in a number of hours. And with that, we're in recess. Thank you so much, members, for getting up here and knocking this out in 15 minutes. Oh, I'm sorry. Vice Chair has an announcement. We need directions where everyone else is going.
Any member that is in Commerce and Labor, 4100 right away, please.
And that includes anyone chasing commerce and labor bills.